All right, Jackson. We have Jackson on the line.
How's it going, Jackson? I'm Jackson myself.
Pretty good. I'm happy I
So,
won that game.
where did the questions even start? I don't even know where to begin, man. First of all, great games, and it was a pleasure to cast and watch the series. We're really impressed with how it went. So, good job.
Yeah, thanks.
Absolutely.
So
Good
to
game.
start off the question, so you came out in game. We'll start at the beginning, and we'll work to the questions we all want to ask at the end. You came out in game number one, and Intense kind of it seemed like an easy win. He kind of picked you apart a little bit, and you struggled a little bit. But then you came back in game two and three and sort of turned the tables and did the reverse to him. Walk us through that in your mind.
The first game, I just prepared for everything but Cloak Banshees, and they showed up, and I didn't even have spores down. So yeah, that's pretty much the story of the first game. The other games, I was just trying out things I thought would work because I practiced with Intense a lot, so I know like some of the weaknesses in his play. So that was the next couple games.
So then game number four happens, and you go with an early pool. You get some Zerglings out and go attack his supply depots, and he quits.
Yeah, he just doesn't like being 15 pulled and that, so I just decided to throw that in.
Yeah, well, actually, why do you think that GG was so fast? He didn't really scout you, and we know that you were kind of looking to further the game a little bit. You weren't running down his ramp at the moment, but he immediately threw a GG and really kind of caught us off guard.
I think it was just because like he was honestly pretty far behind, but then he was micring his Reaper against my Zerglings and he lost it, and then
Hmm.
that's what caused him to leave immediately because he does not like losing that Reaper.
He just was just too uncomfortable.
Yeah, just too bad.
So then moving past that, it seemed like he kind of maybe tilted a little bit there, but then game five and six, he really got it together. He really became very focused and set up this, we'll call it the intense blockade. And it seemed like you really couldn't break it. You tried to kind of continue to poke around like you did the previous couple games. Did you expect that? And how did you plan to handle it? And did it? Obviously, it didn't go as you planned. But I mean, what do you think you could have done to maybe have that work out a little better?
I honestly just didn't macro perfectly, and that was bad. But like the sixth game, I think it was fifth or sixth, was on Deadwing, and we got close air, and that's really favored for Terran in itself because the rush distance is so short, and they can just elevate your third base forever. So wasn't expecting to win there, already being a little bit behind.
Yeah,
Um,
I was actually kind of expecting him to do an elevator right at the start of it. Um, but I don't know, he was just a little off that game.
but then going into this infamous game number seven, you it is
Yeah.
a 40-minute game with a 10-minute economy for basically the whole thing. You killed 140 SCVs. We're just going through the highlights here. You operated on basically no army other than infestors for a good 15 minutes or so. Um, Obviously, there wasn't a plan from either of you because it was just kind of like it was just this scrappy, just going at each other. What can I do to get the slightest little bit of edge to turn this around? Just kind of walk us through that whole process a little bit and how you managed to come out on top.
Well, basically, the reason I went into that was just because, like, I lost my third base. I knew there was no way I was going to be able to just keep playing Ling Bling Muta like I'd auto lose. So I decided to go Investors and just try to, like, just drop Infested Terrans everywhere and get back in the game. And at the end, I was just playing super passive because I knew he was on no economy, so there wasn't any reason for me to be aggressive. I wanted him to attack into me until all my Infestors were, like, completely full energy, so...
But then there was the chance it looked like there of a stalemate.
No, I think I still had drones, so I could just mine minerals as long
Mhm.
as I could defend that.
Yeah, and I think there was a point where you eventually realized that you were able to push out, and I think that was really the kind of game-winning play at the end there. And like, can you give us a little bit of what you're thinking at the moment? Like you said, you were being kind of passive. You knew that you were ahead, but at that moment, it looked like you were just, I'm going to take this.
Yeah, my thought process was like, I know he's not mining anywhere, so just like wait till every investor's full energy could be the maximum possible chance of breaking out. So that's why I waited so long, even though I might have been able to do
Hmm.
it sooner.
So, I mean, it was a really great series. We were really super happy to see it go 7 games. It was an intense series. Congratulations on coming out on top, and we'll give you a second to give any shout-outs or let us know where we can find you next or any upcoming events you may participate in.
Probably Tourcraft will be the next event I participate in, and shout out to Team Ascension, the team I'm currently playing for. Yep.
Cool. Well, thanks so much for taking some time to join us after a long series. Go take a break, get a drink, and enjoy your $50 prize.
Yep,
Congratulations.
thanks.
So that is going to be our show here. But before we go too far, I want to give a big shout out and thanks to Jackson here for joining me. Go out to Twitter and follow him. It is at Jackson_R_Hughes. Him and I are going to be casting the AHGL coming up here relatively soon, so you should see more of us. Jackson, give you a moment to throw out all of your things that you want people to know about.
Yeah, I mean, mainly just follow me on Twitter. It links to all my YouTubes. My YouTube is youtube.com/INFSourApples with a Z. So it's a little bit hard to find. So go ahead and find your way to my Twitter. But yeah, thank you very much for having me. I had a lot of fun. I'm really excited to be doing the AHGL as well. It's going to be a really fun time in the next couple weeks and months. And thank you very much. It was really, really fun.
Great. Well, thanks for taking time out of your day to come and spend some time with us here at SC2CTL with this great series. And while you're at it, take a second to give a follow to the channel. There will be a lot of things coming up, more show matches like this, maybe a Season 3 of SC2CTL. Not going to give any information out. I'm not going to make any promises.
You're not going to release before the release.
But you can, you can feel free to poke Troy and pester him into convincing to do it. But also, AHGL stuff will be happening on this channel too, so stick around for that. Give a follow to be notified when those things are happening. I am WingNetSC. You can find me on Twitter at WingNetSC. And the VODs of today's matches and a whole lot of other stuff are on my YouTube at youtube.com/WingNetStarcraft. So go ahead, give that a sub and or check things out. We are super glad that you took some time out of your evening to join us, and we're going to be signing off, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.